Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Mirdad, and these are our regular Friday evening, Arizona time, 5:30, power-packed presentations. So this is sort of like concentrated spirituality. And we're doing this for several weeks as a series, and then they're also going to be, they are and will be posted on YouTube as a play set, a playlist. So thank you for joining us. The topics can vary from important kind of what's happening in the world right now to pop topics like narcissism and how to deal with narcissists, to things that are cosmic for that matter. And I did a talk recently, and a lot of people really seem to just eat it up. They just really seemed ready for this topic. And so I'm going to title this one Ascension and the Etheric Realm. Okay. And the idea of ascension is just so misunderstood. So let's get what it isn't out of the way, and then let's talk real practical about what it is and how it's happening right now in the few minutes we have. So what ascension isn't, it isn't for some and not for others, although it's true that some are ready to ascend and not others, but the other doesn't mean the others won't ascend, it just means they'll have to do it in a different form. Some are ready to literally right here, right now, shift their three-dimensional body into an etheric body, or we can call it a light body, but it's a fifth dimensional body. And it kind of, when you attain that fifth dimensional body, you can still materialize for those who are dense, needing to see you in that realm. And then you can also let go and become etheric again. That process is like cosmic electricity. It's like voltage going on here. So that's why Jesus, when he was in his transfiguration or transformation process after crucifixion and then into ascension, he tells Mary Magdalene, do not touch me. I'm not done with the process yet. Meaning, it's kind of like saying, I'm still completely a live wire. These are just using silly terms, but I'm right now, I'm not safe. I'm not coated, grounded, etc. I'm pure voltage. So it would have fried her to have touched him when he's in this amperage or voltage, electricity kind of terminology state. So ascension isn't for some and not for others, but some can actually just let go and they pop into this new body. It's not a different body. It doesn't mean, oh, look, now I have dark hair again. My gray is gone. It's the body you have, but every cell turns to light. And maybe I'll need to talk about just the light body sometime. There are people that talk about it a little bit, but some of them don't know really a lot about it. They're guessing because they haven't done it. They don't know what it is. They're just kind of guessing. Sometimes it's channeled material, which is sometimes accurate, sometimes not. So maybe sometimes we'll just address that totally. Okay. Anyway, that's one way to experience that ascension, but it isn't for some and not for others. It's just a matter of it's time for them and not others. And those others, when it's not time, sometimes what they have to do is experience it through a longer drawn out form, which can include people doing light body work on you, kind of helping your body to let go of some of its density and transition a bit higher. Now, where do you find those healers? Here and there. Some of them are real, some of them are not. But I can tell you this, by real, I mean authentic. But I can tell you this. It's very important to understand that there's no better healer therapist that can help you with any form of healing, including transfiguration into light body, than the Divine Mother. A human mother gives us birth into density. The Divine Mother gives us birth into spirit. And I would recommend trusting her and calling upon her, the Holy Spirit, she's also known as the Holy Shekinah. Asking her, just help me to prepare. Don't say do it. Let her decide what you need and when. No more than the child in the womb should be giving orders to those birthing the child. Just kick back, relax, and let the people that know best. Well, in this case, the Holy Spirit. So that's just a simplistic kind of a way of explaining that. But ascension is also not just something that is like a new agey concept. Ascension is a result of consciousness. So you don't just go to a healer and open your third eye and you ascend. Also, it's not a galactic experience where, oh, there's going to be beings that are going to come here and do my work for me. I can be a jerk, but they're going to say, honey, you're ready to ascend. Look at you. No. Higher beings are attracted by higher beings because like attracts like. So if you're not of the consciousness of fifth dimensional beings, they're not coming to make you fifth dimensional. Now, that said, what ascension is a universal galactic family experience. And I was sharing this recently in a talk. But all the cosmos is in touch with all the cosmos. Everything in reality, everything's connected. On Earth, everything looks so just tip of the iceberg, and everybody thinks that tip of the iceberg is you and that one's me and everything's separate. When we can get over being separate, we start to see oneness. You don't see oneness and then the separation disappears. You have to be willing to let go of separation consciousness to get oneness consciousness. And that is a big step or big ingredient to ascension. So it's really be a loving, forgiving, kind person. And angels and fifth dimensional beings, for example, or even higher dimensional than that, are drawn to you. They come to serve you. They come to be of service. Honestly, you know what? You are a really healthy whole being. For example, Enoch of the Bible. Enoch is described very briefly in the Bible, and then the book of Enoch was voted out of the Bible because it was too cosmic and mystical. But Enoch is said to have been a being who walked with God and he was not, for God took him. Well, what God? Is it not the ultimate God took him? It's actually in the book of Enoch that God's creator beings, higher dimensional beings, came to earth and said, you are so pure of heart. We were drawn to come and talk to you, and we are giving you guidance and special messages. Here is some information to pass down to your descendants, and then we'll come back and pick you up and take you with us to higher dimensions. That's there. I'm not like making that up. It's there in the books. But that's what happened, and he was taken. Ezekiel was lifted in a fiery chariot. These are, I know how it sounds to some people, but these are light ships. These are intergalactic beings, higher dimensional beings. If you don't like the concept, think of them as angels, okay? They're actually not as high dimensionally speaking as angels, but they're sort of halfway between human and angelic consciousness, these higher dimensional beings, the ones that came for Ezekiel, the ones that came for Enoch, the ones that can come for you. Now, instead of an individual named Enoch and then an individual named Ezekiel and individuals now and then, and sometimes groups, sometimes full races like the Hopi and others have said when they were asked, where are the Anasazi, as the common name for them? Where did the Anasazi go? They were a Native American, or they were a native tribe in the Americas. Where are they? Who are they? Where did they go? And the Hopi and other tribes said they were taken to other planets. Of course, academics are going to go, okay, thank you for sharing. That's ridiculous. Can't happen. Throwing out the belief systems of indigenous people is like the first tragic thing that people did. Maybe the first would be them coming here in the first place or invading other countries. But the second, or if not the first, would be throwing away their wisdom and their knowingness of things. And then, of course, the third would be when you start decimating the people physically. But you decimated their minds and their teachings before that even happened on the next level. So just, to me, it's amazing and beautiful. But think about this. that even full groups, races, tribes have been taken. It's amazing. But they weren't taken like kidnapped, and they weren't taken so they could be made into better people. They reached or attained a level of goodness that attracted beings that then helped midwife them to another level. This is now happening on Earth. Lots and lots of evidence of a veil being thinned out between the two worlds, three-dimensional and higher dimensional worlds. More and more, I said a couple of years ago, more and more you're going to start seeing the door, as the veil thins, you're going to see fourth dimensional and fifth dimensional creatures, entities, beings, UFO type things, higher dimensional beings, light beings, fairies, gnomes, Bigfoot, all these things that seem bizarre because some of those beings are of the etheric realm, like angel, fairies and so forth. And I know how far out this can sound to some, but you know, it's the way it is. This is all real. It's all true. There are other beings and they want to help, but they're here to serve. They can't make us something. So raise your consciousness through love and forgiveness. I have a book I've written just called The Book of Love and Forgiveness. And I have other things you can study, and you can watch hundreds, honestly, of free video presentations. They're all over on YouTube and in playlists. You know, see what works for you, what clicks for you, and then maybe enjoy watching these things. But bless you for even watching this much of this program. If you ask for it, I'll teach more on this, of course. I do teach more and more on this topic in some of my workshop intensives, but join us if you'd like on these Friday presentations. Join us every Sunday, Arizona time at 10 o'clock for Sunday Sacred Services. That's a live presentation from Unity of Sedona in Arizona. And, you know, there's so much that we can share and learn, but realize, wow, you know, I'm not going crazy. I'm just waking up. I'm starting to see things, feel things. I thought it was crazy, but no, it's real. And acknowledge it. You don't have to believe everything somebody's saying. So some of them are saying, hey, on a certain date, ships are coming and they're going to pick us up. I wouldn't pack my bags for that kind of a message. It could be true, 1 in a billion chances, it could be true. But what I would bank on instead is be a loving, forgiving person and allow God to decide how you'll be picked up when you'll be picked up. How, you know, how meaning, will it be through consciousness you ascend? Will it be literally working with intergalactic beings? Will you be channeling? You know, let that all be decided by God, and trust that. I see this as such an incredible time, like no other on earth. But birth pains, you know, birth comes with birth pains, and we're going through a lot of craziness and a lot of birth pains. Be at peace as best you can. The more you love and forgive through this and try not to believe what your eyes tell you, the greater the chance that you're moving. That's a consciousness shift for you. And that means you're moving closer to ascension consciousness. So there's so much that that's coming our way. So many beautiful transformations, so many beautiful things are really, they are coming our way. Be patient. Do your best to see through the illusions. Don't buy into fear and pressure from people. Take good care of yourself, love yourself, and give yourself as much. Believe your signs and symptoms of spirituality. Believe them as much as if you had a 7-year-old child that said, you know, Mommy, I saw an angel in my room last night. Try believing them instead of disbelieving. Try letting your default program be to believe that pure part of yourself that does have these supernatural experiences, rather than jumping to the conclusion that it's your imagination in a negative sense. All right. So God bless. Thank you very much. If you need anything more, books, CDs, and things like that, feel free to check out my website, mirdad.com. All righty. Peace. Lots of love to all of you. Bye-bye.